Alright, everyone, welcome to today's recap. I hope you all are doing well and staying blessed. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeremiah. I'm a small cap day trader and I stream every single day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I upload my recaps after every trading session, regardless of whether I'm red or green. Today is day 12 of the one trade a day challenge. Um, if you guys have been following along, you guys know I've sort of removed the guardrail, so to speak, and started to take more than one trade each day, depending on uh, whatever I think feels right. However, today probably should have been a no trade day. It is a red day, down 94 cents or 96 cents, I believe. But anyways, let's jump right into this recap so you guys can see. So my first trade was on FBIO. This thing started to pull away here. I noticed it pretty early on. Um, and then as I started to see it accelerate, I thought we might get an algo spike here, so I jumped in around 4. Let me check the float on this for y'all. So I got in there at 404. It pops up there all the way to 30. I tried to take profit, but the order was slow to execute, and then I just got out. And then it pops up right after I sell. And I mean, well, fortunately for anybody who was in there, but I did get out before the pop. So that was the first trade, but it ended up doing a full round trip here. The float on this is 23.4 million shares. Um, yeah, so this is a higher float stock. Um, I probably should not have traded it at all, but I think I did take another trade on it. We'll see. Hold on. So I did take another trade on it. It was right around here. I was buying first candle to make a new high. This one is where I lost the 96 cents, which brought me to 94 cents. I should have been aware that, or more, I mean, cautious, considering the fact that we popped up here. We had a full round trip. We tried to break VWAP here, false breakout, and then tries to break again, false breakout, tries to break again. We get a doji candle. And then it finally breaks out. Then we start to pull back. This is first candle to make a new high here. It looks like a good bull flag pattern, to be honest. It does. So we break there, false breakout, break again, false breakout, and then rejection. I didn't take that into consideration when I was looking at this leg up. So it seems like we had a leg up and then we had a false breakout. A leg up here probably and then a false breakout. I didn't even pay attention to this and I took this trade here. And you guys will see it just rejects my entry immediately. So at 220 here, that's where I jumped in. That was at the apex point. Not even a tick in profit. And I decided I'd hold it to give it a chance to work, and then it starts to flush on me. Not flush, but drop. Um, and then I thought, okay, maybe we get a dip here, and then it rips, but we didn't seem to get that. I was like, all right, well, I better cut it soon. I should have cut it as it popped back up here. Part of me was like, I want to let it go and see if it'll actually work. But I could have cut it there, and it would have been more. It'd have been closer to 20 cents of a loss. Um, but I held this one a bit longer. This should have been the point where I let it go. I mean, yeah, that would have been better to sell it there. Yeah, so that was not a great trade. Um, I bought in at the apex point. I wasn't even looking at the level 2. So if I had, I would have been able to take an entry around the whole $1.04. We saw green there. You guys can see. So it dips down. I was thinking let me buy off the 9 EMA, but it ended up going before that. So I think I just decided to take a trade after it popped. And my original hypothesis was kind of correct because Um, it did bounce, but it didn't go as low as I was expecting it to. I wanted it to hit 9 EMA, but anyways, the fact that it went is no reason for me to get a higher risk entry anyways. So I really should have just, if anything, taken an entry around 408 when we were seeing green, and the fact that it was basing out here held my stop at 4. I would have been okay with that. So it's basing out. It seems like 404 is going to be the low. Very subtle to notice that. Would it? I mean, there's green right there, so maybe that was the entry. More green, more green. Um, Hesitating, but then it does end up going. So yeah, um, it was a higher risk entry. I bought in at the apex. The low of this candle was 16 cents away. So I mean, not a great trade. I really wasn't paying attention to this right here or this. Um, and this had a higher float, so there's a lot of things that should have told me to step away, but I decided not to, and obviously paid the consequences today. Um, and it's unfortunate that the last 2 days before this were also red, so I really should have been cautious today, but I wasn't. And I also woke up later today because my alarm did not go off. I don't know why the volume keeps changing on it, but it does. Anyways, I took some trades at the open. Realistically, I should not have taken any of these either. Oh, I got such a high fill on this, so you guys will see here. I just buying it as it's popping up. I got filled at 12. That's crazy. Well, to be fair, the ask was at 20, but still, like that was way above where anybody else got filled. Well, actually, somebody else got filled at 20. That's crazy. And I was just trying to sell for a small winner, but it just would not. It actually did go. I should have just held my uh take profit there or just sold it. But anyways, it was a small loser. I was okay with that. PX did not trade it. I did trade ALUR. So I jumped in here with 5 shares for the break over this previous pivot on pre-market. Once again, not a great trade. I know this stock is not within my price range. But I decided to trade it anyways. Um, yeah, I guess the silver lining is that I didn't um, go way much deeper in the red than this first trade. It was just like 2 cents more, which is pretty. I'm okay with that. It could always be worse, I suppose. In any case, that's it for today's recap. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next stream or recap. Peace.